Native Honor Hours, we're back.
Welcome, everybody. Glad to have y'all back.
One of you so far, we think.
Okay, I have to tell you this. I have heard that you need to quit saying that nobody's listening because it makes our show look bad and it makes the people who are listening feel bad. So stop it now.
You know what I was told?
I know, and I'm not interrupting you. You know what, though? If I don't interrupt you, no one else gets to talk. I'm just saying. Kind of goes with the territory.
The critique I got from last week's show is...
From his sister.
No, my sister. She said, you interrupt me too much.
Because you go on and on and on and on and on. Let's hear from our listening audience.
And that whatever jug you had last week, they said it looked like a bottle of Jack Daniels.
I have to work with you. What do they think I do?
So it was true. It wasn't really tea like she said. That explains a lot.
Your sister also thought it was a comedy show.
See what?
She thought it was a comedy show.
That's because you are a comedian. I'm a serious intellectual type.
And that was the feedback I got last week from
So we're going to change.
critics of the show.
This will probably be the last time I get to talk on the show. So it was nice seeing you all. It was nice having a few words. Go ahead.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a better show now.
Well, it'll just be you talking. I'm going to go have a cigarette in about 5 minutes, so take over, dude.
You know, when you go have cigarettes, smokers in general think if they go outside and have a cigarette and come back in, it's like, oh, I'll go outside. But you bring the smoke back. Kenny's laughing. You know it's true, huh?
Just so you know,
They bring
you
the
have some
smoke back
habits
in.
that irritate me as well.
All right, well,
But I'm not going to say it because I'm a lovely person.
well, today, shall we go on today's show?
Let's do it.
Today, we were scheduled to have my relative, Barry Webster. He's the res squatching expert. And what is everybody laughing for? I mean, he's a true believer. And when I talk to him, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm a believer too. And he's got some, and Kenny, you're a believer, aren't you?
To a point.
To a point? But
I want proof.
He's got
You know,
proof.
if there was such a thing as Sasquatch, we'd have seen some bones.
You know,
We'd
it's
have
really,
had some pictures.
You know, it's
Somebody would
really
have a
funny.
picture with
That's
Sasquatch.
Power's point of view.
Yeah.
you know, it was really funny. I saw this meme on Facebook. It had,
What's a meme?
you know, the little,
A picture, it's like, they go viral kind of.
yeah.
Pictures with like a catchphrase on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I saw one that had a picture of Sasquatch, you know, like from the Jack Link's sausage, a picture of Sasquatch. And it was like reigning world champion hide and go seek. Like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Your girlfriend's here. You
champion.
can relax.
And my girlfriend's here with the Scooby.
It should,
You're
you know,
safe,
and which
Kenny.
is unusual for me not to believe. I believe in ghosts. I believe in spirits. I believe in little people. I believe in Deer Woman. Sasquatch is a stretch.
Well, I don't know why.
I don't either.
If you just examine, like I said, your relatives, I mean, and it shouldn't make, don't hit me in the head.
At least we're tall.
Just don't hit me in the
I'm
head.
just saying, we may look like Sasquatch, but we're taller than 5'2".
Well, anyway, he apologized. He was, had to.
Was he res squatching?
No, he's got a daughter that plays college basketball.
Where at?
McCook.
Ooh.
Community-
Say McCook.
I think it's McCook.
You said somewhere else before. didn't
No, they had a game up in Huron, South
Huron.
Dakota.
Wow.
And so he had a game. He didn't check his calendar before he committed. But he really wants to come. And apparently last weekend they had the, I guess, the advance crew for those TV shows, you know, coming out and checking.
And none of them have caught Sasquatch.
you? Oh,
Don't
really?
touch the
Yeah.
wire.
Oh, Kenny said, don't touch the wire.
Just so you know, if you electrocute yourself, I am not saving you.
So he really wants to come. And I asked my class this morning, my intro class, if anybody believed in Sasquatch. And I got this.
Yeah, look around first.
Yeah, and then I saw a couple of them do that, and it said, don't be afraid, raise your hand. And they're like, and
You know, someone.
then after a while, about 5 or 6, and then more I start talking about it, more of I'm like, so it was one of those things where I don't think you can actually admit to in public. I think there's a lot of people that, and there were quite a few that like, well, if I just saw one, kind of like
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And but what I said was, maybe if, Barry comes and, I said that they're going to do an intertribal student council
Res
squatching tour. I said, how many of you would like to go up there and do that? And
Are there bugs, and do you have to walk far?
It depends.
I have questions.
About 20 of them said that they would do it.
Yeah. Oh, we're going.
If it's cold out, there wouldn't be any bugs.
We're not going when it's cold.
No bugs.
No.
You'd rather have mosquitoes?
We're res squatching when we can just wear a light jacket.
So-
Go when we can pick mushrooms at the same time.
Then
No,
we can
'cause it's
take
gonna
a
be
little
dark.
trip.
And because you got to go out, and although they've been out
See,
during
if there
the
was
day.
really a res squatch, you could see them during the day.
Well, they have had day tours too.
But what someone asked me was, and I don't know why that I don't know this or I've never heard it. Have there been a lot of Native American stories about giants?
Well, maybe that's what we'll ask Barry when he comes on the show.
Because she was reading an article in the paper and it said like many Native American folklore, don't you hate it when they
I
call
do.
our oral history folklore, has stories of battles with giants, particularly in the plains. I've never heard one. I've heard deer woman, I've heard millions of little people, I've heard aliens, I've heard Sasquatch, but I've never heard about giants. So I don't know. Do you remember any giant stories, Sherman? Have you ever heard any giant stories?
Just about Ed's head.
Thank you. Ed's trying to read. He can't read and listen at the same time.
So hopefully next week he'll be on the show.
So we're sorry,
So
anybody
I-
who tuned in
if-
for Res Squatch, all we have is Little Squatch.
And just plain squatch right here. So if you do, we should put up on there, we should have questions, and we can ask him.
Oh, we got a question already.
What was the question?
On one of the paranormal groups.
Maybe I know it.
Well, maybe I can answer.
Kenny, I like you with long hair.
Why don't we find
But
I have a theory about that.
Bigfoot?
But there is a picture. I have a picture. I saw a picture on Facebook, and I'm not sure if I shared it or not, but it was taken back in the 1800s, either in North Dakota or South Dakota, somewhere around there. And it was a 7-foot tall, like, skeleton, and there were two members of the Caucasian nation standing beside it, and this giant person was two of those people put together. So maybe people saw, maybe there was some tall, Lakotas, maybe there were some incredibly tall, strong, wonderful Lakotas, and people just thought that they were Sasquatch. But aren't there Sasquatch stories all
But
over
generally,
the
but
world?
generally, Indian people aren't hairy though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Are there res Squatch? Now I can't think of anything but res Squatch. Are there Sasquatch
that's a
stories
catchy
all over
phrase,
the
though, isn't
country?
it?
Yes.
Res squatching.
Or all over the world? Are they only in
If
you?
scientists can find the remains of 8,000-year-old humans and other animals, why has no one ever found even one bone of a Bigfoot?
Oh, please don't tell me I agree with John Powers.
Oh, you agree with John Powers. That's not John Powers.
Okay, good then.
But you do agree with John Powers.
On what? Oh, yeah, that I want proof. But yet I don't need proof for Dear Woman to believe she exists.
Yeah, I know.
I
How
don't
come you
need
how
proof for
come-
the little people to know that they exist. There's just, maybe because I never heard Sasquatch stories at home. I heard aliens.
Ness monster too.
Yeah, why why don't they drain the lake? I mean, if
So-
they want to
so-
prove or disprove,
Kenny,
drain the
from
lake.
reading,
Then you'll kill
from reading from the fringe scientists, and that's a pretty fringe group.
Yeah.
It sounded like most of them were skeptics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of them are.
Is it like possible?
Well, but it's not.
I've seen what
but
you guys
spirits
believe
and
in, man.
Sasquatch
Like-
are totally different things. I mean, there is documented proof of spirits, which is why I believe in them. I haven't seen any. You know what I've seen of Sasquatch? Pictures of like a weird shape. That could be anything.
What about the big feet that they find and they put, they make replicas of?
Oh, that was
Yeah,
about it. They
that's
make
true.
replicas. You can't get that past me, man. I know. I know
That's
you're a
true.
doubter.
No, they make a cast of like the big
Cast of
feet,
the print.
and then they use that as physical evidence.
ask him.
I got open mind.
Save your questions for Barry when he gets here. And I'll just warn him, there's a
What if
lot
I
of
just sit
doubters
here
here.
and giggle? You'll be mortified.
No, when you listen to Barry, I'm telling you, he's very convincing.
Okay.
He is.
So is Powers when he does his.
Are we going to have a few cocktails?
You know what?
before
I don't
we
know if that's fair to
squash?
compare
Maybe
him
then
to
I'll see him.
Powers.
This is, I guess.
I think it's not fair to anybody to compare them to Powers.
Except for Cindy, right?
Let's not, well, even Cindy. Even Cindy.
Me and John are buds. Don't try and get in between our friendship. We're buds.
All right, well, we've got, wanna go kind of over the weekend events, what kind of happened and.
Yeah, and what
Give it-
what happened today? Today was an
Well, I was
amazing.
gonna say
Yesterday and today.
Saturday.
Let's
A couple
talk.
great events here in town. First of all, on Saturday was Omaha Public Schools' first, is it annual? They gonna do it again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, after Saturday, they should do it again,
Yep.
We should make it weekly.
not weekly.
Oh Lord.
No, not weekly. They had their first youth powwow
Yep.
at Omaha South High School.
Yep.
Very well attended,
Great.
and the youth that were involved did a great job. And
With your help?
huh?
With your help?
MC, you were
know,
co-C.
I was there to provide support.
Were you M or were you C?
You were cool.
I was what's that? MC minus squared. What is that?
E equals MC squared.
Yeah, I was the squared part.
You are square.
I was the squared part.
Your head, everything.
No, my head's round. It's
Kind of
melon-like.
squarish.
It's a melon-like head. I don't shy away from that.
Or do a lot of, like my mom had a big head. She was, Nancy Reagan, tiny little body, big old noggin. That was my mom.
See how we stray from. We were
But it was
talking about-
amazing. The powwow was amazing. I had a great day.
There are a number of youth dancers.
Yes.
Number of kids out there
I was
dancing.
really glad to see that. Eric, are you going to teach Victor and oh my God, I just lost Erica's to dance? Are they going to dance?
You know, my critique was
Well, a woman could. But are you going to have them be dancers?
the critique was that they couldn't hear the people that are on the.
I sent you a note, say talk louder. Did you ignore it like you do everything else?
No, I meant on the show right now when like Cassie.
Oh,
and-
speak louder?
That they know that there's no microphone, so they can't hear them.
Oh,
So
okay.
if Eric is responding, it's like we're talking to dead air, which we kind of are. Let's be honest, Eric.
Don't pick on Eric.
Our studio audience doesn't have a
That's
microphone.
my job.
So it's difficult for our listening audience to hear their
We
response.
got an extra mic.
Yeah, but we really don't want to hear them, though. Maybe it's some things
Speak
are
for
better left.
yourself. I have learned many, many things from Cassie and Eric and Gretchen. I have
Listen to
I
her
have a
sucking
burning
up to them.
desire to hear what they
That's
have
not
to
what
say.
she says to them off camera. No, but it was a very good production.
They fed everybody.
They had
It was
plenty
a
of
good
food
day.
left over.
Mhm.
The fry bread was fry bread, but
Right.
it was.
Would you have been
We applaud the effort.
Would you have been happier to get a little box lunch with a cookie and a piece of fruit and some chips?
No, I was happy with the soup and the cake, and cake was good. I'm going against. I know what you want to do.
But
but
would you be happy?
I'd been happy with.
Box lunch.
I've been happy with any kind of food. Remember, my girlfriend was out of town. That was dinner for the night.
I noticed he has on different pants. This time when she left town, he put on black ones.
Yeah, because those don't show the dirt. All
No.
that. See, Kenny's got my back. No, it was. But it was. They fed.
They did a great
No,
job.
the only, I guess, critique I had of it, and it wasn't from the youth. It was. I guess, from the audience. Whenever they had intertribals, they didn't have that many people come out and dance. Cassie came out a couple times,
I
but-
can't dance. I'm in mourning or I'd have danced.
but it's understandable. But that was an excuse for, because there was a good number of people, a couple hundred people up in the bleachers, and I kept telling Landon, says, "Yeah, tell them people come on out and dance, support these kids," and he'd say, come on out, and no one would come out and dance. So that was my. If I had a critique, that I just wish they would have.
You know, I was trying to
not
think of
danceable.
people. I don't get to watch our powwow. I don't get to watch people dance. I don't get to enjoy it. It's nice to go. So I don't do a lot of people dance during our intertribals.
Yeah, we get a pretty good representation out there dancing. So that's what was a little. I thought we could have gone out there and danced a little more, but
It was a great turnout, and you know, you and I know what goes into putting together a
we
powwow.
do.
And they really did a good job. They really did.
And those of you that didn't go out there for the potato dance, it was your loss, because it was really not, because they have some potato dancers that practice and they go out and try to win all these powwows, which is really amazing to me, because who sits there and practices a potato
It's
dance?
usually that brother and sister that win
No, but
every year
there's-
at UNO.
But there's other couples as well.
There's money in it.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like, 40.
Reason I do it, 'cause
For
it's
$50,
money.
I'd practice.
I was like, all right, is that the standard $50, $40? Let's practice the potato dance.
Poor Moody was standing behind us, and when the potato dance started, Gretchen ran that way. Everybody else ran that way. Good, this brings up a very important question. I'm in mourning. I can't dance. Does that mean potato dance as well? Or do you just not participate at the powwow at all? I don't know.
I believe it's a potato. I think the potato dance comes under the
Dancing.
umbrella of the powwow.
Well, so I couldn't do it, and I looked back, and poor Moody did not run quick enough. Cassie says, "Are we dancing?" Moody's like, out they went, and you had a good shot. You know what?
You guys lasted a whole 2 minutes.
Yeah,
didn't you?
they lasted longer. They did a good job.
Couples.
I applaud you for getting that close to Moody for as long as you did.
Hey, those two were good. Moody's good. Moody's a good potato dancer. He got.
All the grease off his head.
No, that was a rule. I said you only get one wipe of the grease off your forehead. After that, the one wipe rule, you're done.
Yeah.
And it's always funny to watch him, because almost automatically the potato goes from the forehead down to the cheek. Then they're sitting there with the neck like this, and then there's like, you can tell who's gonna go, but they were dropping pretty fast on Saturday, and we barely had to, have them turn around once or twice. It just seemed like after about 10 seconds, all the kids are like, drop. It wasn't. But it was.
I've done it with Juan, and I've done it with Cassie.
I think you and Juan would have had a shot.
You know what? Good lesson to learn. Not calling anybody out, but before you do the potato bed dance, pop a Tic Tac. Wouldn't kill you. Let's freshen our breath. It's pretty hard to be this close to somebody when you're thinking, I wish you would have brushed.
Gum,
Gum,
grease off
Tic
the
Tac.
forehead.
Just do a little something. And
Set to
plus,
go.
when you're that close to someone, it's kind of awkward because you don't know what to say.
Sounds like she's
just
calling out
awkward.
Juan, huh?
No, not
That's
my
her
little
normal- That's her normal
Juanito.
potato dance partner.
Cassie.
We
I
just
might be
kept
calling out
encouraging
Cassie.
each other. Woody kept saying,
Kenny, do you ever potato dance?
Not the listen to that one.
Are you a potato dancer?
I have a potato dance.
Well, we got
Oh.
one of us will ask
You know what? Next radio show, potato dancing classes with you
Kenny.
two. Kenny.
to see you. Kenny will be.
Kenny,
The headset.
okay, do you have rhythm, Kenny? Do you have rhythm or do you have white boy rhythm? White boy rhythm. My first husband, I loved to dance. We'd get up to dance and he'd be like this. I'd be like, oh my God, white boy rhythm, what did I do? And they wonder why that didn't last. He had white boy rhythm, we couldn't stay married.
All right, I'm losing my screen.
Were you a
here.
dancer? Did you dance when you were young?
You talking to me?
Yeah, did you do the bump
Remember,
and the
'cause I'm reading.
hustle and
I
the,
told you I was like a dancer.
do you remember the bump? My husband was 6'4" during bump time, so every once in a while he'd bump me out. I'd be bumping down around his knees, he'd be bumping up on my shoulder, but we had on the disco clothes.
My daughter just posted the guy in San Antonio that claimed to have killed Bigfoot.
Yeah. Did he?
Let me see. Oh yeah, that's Bigfoot. Look at him.
That's makeup.
Oh,
Look
that's-
at it.
That's Squatch, man. Oh, yeah.
Is that his hiney?
No, that's something else you shouldn't be looking at. Oh, listen there. I want to see it. No. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, he's in a, look, he's in a little casket kind of thing.
Does not interrupting you mean I'm not even allowed to speak while you're looking on the internet?
No, go
Just in
ahead,
case you might
please.
speak?
Please.
I don't know. I'm scared of Carmela.
You should be. My
I
baby
am.
sister, she's mean.
Oh, Carmela, I would have never said that.
Oh, she knows that. She knows I say
My
that
little
about her.
sister is a peach.
No, my little sister, she's mean. You don't want to mess with her. Okay, well, so that was a powwow. Very good.
It was great.
It gets 5 fry bread,
Yeah.
especially for a first effort.
Yes. Yes.
Now today you had a group
Ooh,
of
a dance.
students.
We have people talking. Yay, Wanda Redwig,
Wanda was
sister.
there.
Thank you for being one of our loyal listeners. You know what we need? Let's get some T-shirts made up. Wanda gets the first one because she's the only one who always listens to us.
You know what? That costs money though.
Shake that tree, Eddie. Shake that tree.
Not anymore.
I'd buy it.
Advertise.
I would too.
Listen, you
Oh,
guys.
Gretchen, you
I'd
just
wear
leave
it
your mom alone.
Not every day.
to get a free T-shirt. Yeah, but
And you know what? Then we could have contests. The first number 10 of the first 10 Facebookers.
no,
Hey,
no.
are we-
Here's what I think I would do.
Facebookers.
What?
We
You're the deaf one. I'm not. Every time you yell in my ear, I hear you.
am I yelling at you?
Kind of.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
That's just what happens. When
I know.
No, is my wife here?
No.
Because
She's gone.
I can't commit to spending money if she's in the room.
Our first powwow together, Ed had to donate a lot of money. And he looked at me and he goes, I'm giving you this money, but you can't tell Monica. I said, I can't yell. I can't lie to Monica. If she looks me in the face and asks, I'm telling.
But I was thinking if we get about 20 T-shirts or so, and tell them if you have to listen, and comment 10 times in a row.
Yes.
And
Perfect.
And then if you do that, you have to earn the T-shirt.
And wouldn't you feel good to give our special guest like Barry Walker? Wouldn't you love him wearing a Res or what the heck is the name? Our
Res
Res Honor
Squatch.
Hours. Our Res Honor Hours
Native
show.
Honor Hours.
Native Honor.
Urban
That
Res,
is.
Urban Res Honor Hours.
Ooh.
Liz, you want to change the name of the show, and it's been that way for
He
3.5
picked
years.
Native Honor Hours because I can't say it or remember it.
Yeah, I know. But we can. I might consider doing that. Maybe that logo right there.
You know what? We'll sell them at powwow to all of our
No
loyal
one's gonna buy
listeners.
those.
You know what? If you and I would just get in a big fist fight, we would go viral, and then people would do it. Just don't hurt me. Don't hurt
Just
me
don't
bad.
hit me
Just
in
take
the
a
head.
hit. Just go ahead. It's your one and only chance. If it'll go viral, hit
Like
me.
I would hit you.
I know you've wanted to. I've seen
No.
that look in your eye. I know you've
Never.
thought, I'm just going to backhand her.
Never.
I would like you to know on a regular basis, I would like to hit you.
Well, I know, and you have, but just don't hit me in the head anymore.
I won't.
Today you had a group of students.
Yesterday and today. Yesterday we had there's a rap group called oh Lord, senior moment.
Cred.
No, it ends with a Z. Res hats? No.
Res bands.
Because they're going to be down at okay, they're a Native American rap group and they have been on the top 10 charts. They've
Really?
been yes, and they've been on the top 10 charts in like Tokyo and all other places. Well, there's this thing that they do in high school that I'd really never heard of before, but sounds horrible. Have any of you ever heard of choking till you pass out, as like Gretchen's and Cassie? Okay, I'd never heard of this phenomena. Anyway, their daughter did it and died. And he then said that he saw that while the rap was important, what was more important was to go out and motivate students and to make sure that it didn't happen to other kids. So they go around and they motivational speak, and I'll tell you what, they are great.
So they motivated you.
Last night I was sitting at home literally really thinking about, am I doing my passion? is what I am doing, because, he talks about if you're doing what you love, it's never a job. And for about 75% of my life, this job is more than fulfills anything I ever wanted to do. So yeah, I am. There's 25% I'd like to take care of, but you won't let me, so.
You know what happened today that
What?
kind of boosted my spirits a bit?
Those kids love you, and when you came, they flocked to you.
Well, it wasn't that.
Oh.
But that was good too.
Yeah.
It's fun to see those guys, especially my my bodyguards.
I know.
The
They,
heat-
they
the heat
walked in and gave me a big hug.
Yeah, they got my back. I'm
All
calling my
those
bodyguards.
kids do. When you came in, those kids all just kind of flowed towards you. That's why you're a leader. You're a leader. You're a motivator.
But I was walking I was going up to meet you guys up there, and I was coming up the street, side of the building, and this one student, one girl I had never seen before. I have a lot of students, and some of my bigger classes I don't get to know all the students by name, and she was smiling at me and just waving, and I'm like, hi, and she goes, hi, Professor Zendejas, and I'm like, it's that kind of awkward, hi, how you doing? Because you don't know their name. And you don't know.
Hun or sweetie always works.
And so I'm like, hi. He goes, oh, I've never had you in class. I had your daughter, Jordan. And she said, but I just want to thank you for her. She's really a great experience. And thank you for teaching on this Native Studies class. And then, it was a powwow. She said, I went to the powwow and just really loved all that happened. She had a great experience. It was a moving experience for her. And she says, oh, I want to thank all that you do here on campus. And she started getting emotional. Like she was ready.
And that makes you really uncomfortable, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's like,
The few times I've
powwow
ever
was
cried
good,
in
but it
Ed,
wasn't-
he was
I don't know,
like,
that good.
you know what you are, Ed? The students know you care about them. And on this
so-
campus, that's more important than
But
anything.
I was touched to the point where, at least she had an experience that apparently changed her perspective on things, and it was enough for her to get emotional talking about going to powwow and getting a different. So I was like, okay, I guess we do some things around here that we.
That's why we do
Jordan will
it.
get
That's
credit
why we
for.
put up with a lot of in our jobs, there's equal amounts, good and bad, one hand in, one hand. For me, the hand with the kids in it is always the hand that keeps me getting up the next morning and coming back.
But it was good to see a lot of those kids here, and those are our kids.
Well, so yesterday we had about 40 of the middle school.
Those are our UNO
I
kids.
know.
They're going to come here.
Well, and they're starting to get comfortable at UNO, which is amazing. Yesterday we had about 40 from the middle school to come. Today we had 150 kids.
A ton of kids there.
It was great. And we were talking about how you build a program. When 4 years ago, we had our first one. I planned for 150, had a huge room. They brought 20.
Lot of
And we were
pizza
happy to
left
have
over.
them. That right there is where I learned you be happy with what you get. So we had an event last year where they brought them in, and it was about 70, 50, 60, 70, this one 150. And that's because we spent 4 years building up to where we are. The people trust that when they come to UNO, they're going to get a good show. They're going to have a good time. And today they did. And of course, there was food. OPS, we're lucky that we
And
have
we-
such
and we've
good
been-
friends at OPS.
And we've been building that relationship with
Yes.
Omaha Public Schools as well.
Because that's why we're our South High. Oh my gosh, we have to talk about that. Have you ever seen more kids in that program than that are there now?
Yeah, that was a fun Tuesday as well.
It was. The room was filled. And that's another thing that slowly builds, slowly builds, slowly builds. This year at South High, we're giving the kids a choice. Some of them want to make moccasins, some of them want to bead, and some of them want to learn to play hand games. So we're giving them a choice. The UNO students, I think, are. So I often wonder who grows the most from this type of an experience, those kids or the UNO students we send in.
I
But
don't know,
since
what do
we
you
don't
think?
make them reflect, we don't know.
Although I am making them do that this semester.
Well, did you see they've circumvented us and they're doing it, Service Learning is doing it themselves with those questionnaires?
Yeah, they got tired of me trying to do something, so they
Well, you know what? Teenagers are not reflective. I mean, people are crazy. Teenagers are not reflective. They live in the moment. If they're having a good time in the moment, they're happy. They don't want to sit and write about why they had a good time, what would be happening, all that stuff. They just want to have a good time and go. So if you ask me about reflections, when they walk out of that room and they say, hey, I'll see you next week and we'll finish. Or, hey, I'll see you next week, you be my games partner. That is a successful reflection in my mind.
and they knew they weren't going to get that from me, so they just took upon themselves to do it. And which is good. I'm fine with that. But it was.
How am I doing, Carmela?
I don't think she's going to watch anymore. I think she was just so
She wants.
fed up.
She wants me. Oh, she
By
was.
accident.
She wants to bring your other sister up to your other Canary to tell stories about you. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to wait until you're out of town, and I'm bringing in Canary as a co-host.
You don't want to do that, trust me.
I'm gonna.
No.
I'm gonna.
No,
Because
not
now
gonna be
we
pretty.
promise, from now on, at 3 o'clock, there will be a show. Next week, no matter what Ed says, if I am not here next week, it's because I've been called to jury duty starting Monday. So please.
Jury duty.
Well, I'm hoping they turn me
That
down
means she's been
immediately.
called in front of a jury to answer for her actions. That's what she's talking about.
I plan, whatever case it is, I plan on being the kind of person that they wouldn't want on the jury. So
Right.
hopefully I won't have to do it,
You want to
but
root for the defense.
root for the defense, is that how to get off a jury?
No, I'm usually
defense.
always representing defendants.
Well, I thought I would say when you know how they ask you those questions, I thought I would say, not only do I not believe in capital punishment, I think they ought to burn down the prisoners and just burn down the prisons
No,
and
you
just
don't.
get the
You
prisoners
don't want to
therapy.
do that because you don't want the judge to hold you in contempt for being, kind of, smart alecky. There's a fine line.
I'll say it very modestly.
No,
I'm sure there's people who believe that prisons should be burned down. I could be one of them.
well, then plan on spending some time in one then, because judges don't take too kindly to that kind of answers.
Well, in the family I come from, if I don't spend some time in jail before I die, I won't be accepted.
What do you mean before you die?
I've
Been
always
there.
avoided that. I don't think I would do well in jail. I'm way too prissy. I'm not going to sit down and go tinkle in the middle of a group of women. I'm just not going to.
You're going to have to.
No, I have to have my toothbrush.
It's part of
I
the
need my eyeliner.
part of the experience.
No, see, I'll never
That's why
get
they call
arrested.
it
If that's
prison.
part of the experience, I will do whatever it takes not to be
All
arrested.
right.
Have you ever been in jail?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
For what?
Visit clients.
No, locked up. Contempt of court.
Never. I've never been in jail.
That judge in Omaha was looking
Pretty
at you
close,
like he'd
pretty
like to throw
close.
you in jail.
Yeah.
As Ed was teaching the judge things he should have known as a judge, that judge was looking at him. I thought, uh-oh, Eddie's going to jail in Macy. Monica, it's Cindy. Ed's in jail in Macy. Bring the $5 bail up and get up here.
Was it that close?
Oh, he was mad. He was mad at you.
I know he was mad.
Why? I was sitting there. I've never watched you in court except that one day, too. But he was mad at you, and he kept saying, I can do my job. And you were like, I know you can, but. And I'd be like, don't say it, Eddie.
Did I even
don't
say I know you can?
But
here's
and then
the
I
law.
thought he's going to jail.
Here's-
And that's what you were saying. And you weren't being condescending, but you were being you, so you were kind of laughingly saying it, which kind of, I think, made him feel like you were you didn't have on your lawyer face. You were trying, what I think you were trying to do was to make yourself more accessible so he didn't get mad, like you weren't teaching him, like you were just kind of talking to him.
No, I was trying to mess with him.
Oh,
because
he was
I-
hostile. And I kept sitting here thinking, I've got $20 in my purse and maybe $7 in my bank account. I can't bail him out.
I don't think it was that close.
Oh, he was mad. And then I wanted to laugh. You know how you get uncomfortable, so you just want to laugh? I wanted to laugh.
They
I
would
was
have
so
thrown you in jail
uncomfortable.
for that, too.
I know, right? Would you quit looking at your Facebook page?
I'm trying to see if anybody's commenting, but apparently, nobody.
One is the only one that
I guess everybody thought no Bigfoot, then why even bother?
Only for Bigfoot.
Why even bother? Bigfoot ain't gonna be there.
Kenny, can we get Skype capability?
Yeah.
Can we
Who
Skype guests
Bigfoot
in?
in
You
here?
have to wear a headset though.
We should start. Hey, I saw our good friend Eric Sherman showed me the rundown for the Native American Film Festival. Guess who's coming in? Shasky Spencer.
Okay.
Where was he first? Who debuted Shasky Spencer?
We did.
We did. They're showing Winter in the Blood. They're showing the Thompson film and having them down there.
We're in Lincoln?
Mm-hmm. Who showed that first? Could it be us? Yeah.
We did.
But they go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Their film fest is longer than ours.
Oh, we have a new listener.
And you know what how can
My
you
daughter, Meredith.
How can you tell who's listening and who's not?
She put, here we are here. Can I sing happy birthday to my daughter?
Please, I would pay $50 to hear you sing happy birthday.
Okay, break out the money.
Go for it.
Ready? Happy birthday to you. I got a sore throat.
Keep it going.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Meredith. Your 21st birthday.
Again.
Happy birthday to you. $50. Where's it at? No, that was that famous Dave's coupon.
Oh, I owe you 20.
Of course you do. For
I'll bring
what?
it tomorrow. We're at the powwow, and I saw these amazing T-shirts, and you know I had no cash. So I walked up to it, I said, Uncle Eddie, can I borrow $20 so I can buy some T-shirts? Well, I always spend too much money. Bow wow. But I will pay you back. The half white side of me has every intention of paying you back.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, when I lend you money, it's like, I'll never see that again.
You know, I had
Just
to
like relatives.
that's what I had to teach my daughter. If you give a relative or, Native American, some money, just know it's probably a gift.
That's a donation.
It's a donation to the cause.
My daughter Sarah said
Oh,
she's listening, but said the screen goes black. Or blank.
Blank. Then it will go, that's when you talk.
I was going to say, when Cindy talks, it's probably a good thing.
Oh.
Well, shall we give Cassie her...
Is it time for Cassie's Corner?
Cassie's Corner? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
She's over there giving us dirty looks like, where's my corner?
We'd like to welcome Miss Cassie Carroll
Cassie Carroll?
to the radio show. It's time for Cassie's Corner. We need music. We need jingle music for our...
We need some red
we need
bone.
some-
Come on, Kenny.
Yeah.
Like Gary Barber.
No, we want some red bone.
Contact.
Am I on, Kenny? Okay.
Just delay it a little.
Hi, everybody. It's Cassie's Corners time. Okay. I just have a few items to mention. Sunday, February 2nd at 1:30, there's a birthday dinner and hand game for Melanie Sleeper at Power Landing. On Friday, February 7th at 5:30, the Haskell women's basketball team is coming up to play College of St. Mary. So you guys come out and support our Indian girls, okay? On Saturday, February 15th at 12 noon is our Circle of Grandmothers meeting, and our special guest at that meeting will be Dr. James Berger, who is a clinical psychologist from the Fred Leroy Health and Wellness Center. On Wednesday, February 16th at 6:30 is our Native Book Club, which meets at Village Inn at 78th and Dodge. And this month's book reading is Motorcycles and Sweetgrass by Drew Hayden Taylor. It's an Anishinaabe trickster story. I loved it, and I think you guys will love it too if you read it, and I would love to see more people come out to our Native Book Club. I just wanted to mention that possibly we will be starting our primetime family reading again in the spring. I'm going to be going to a planning meeting sometime this month, so hopefully we can get that going again for the Native American kids at Willicather Library again. So tune in later for more information on that. And I always like to do my little this day in Native history, and this day in Native history on January 30th, 1933, The Lone Ranger debuted on the Detroit, Michigan radio station WXYZ. So that's when it all began, in Detroit, Michigan. So anyway, and that's about it for community news, unless anybody else has something to contribute or get in touch with Native Honor Hours radio show, and then just post something you might want us to mention on this radio show. Bye all.
What happened to the 10 minutes you used to take?
I didn't have much today.
Ma'am, I didn't even get to eat my sandwich all the way. So when is the primetime reading going to start?
I'm going to a meeting. We're going to a meeting to plan it.
All right.
So hopefully, maybe March, I hope.
Well, good.
And you'll be one of our storytellers again.
Sherman, you gonna come and sit in here and wait for Cindy? You know she's gonna be about 10 minutes. She's smoking that cigarette outside.
Yep. Ooh, geez.
You know, kind of want to talk about today are kind of on a national scale.
The Pamunkeys?
The Pamunkeys. No, we hopefully there. Well, I don't know. Hopefully, but there's probably going to be another 567th recognized tribe. And you started laughing when I mentioned this.
Come on, Pamunkeys. That's not funny.
It's the Pamunkey tribe.
That's not a little comical.
Yeah, no, that's,
I mean, I'm with them, but they Pamunkeys.
We're with you, Pamunk. He's a doubter and a skeptic.
I'm not a doubter or a skeptic.
All right.
have
Well,
been confirmed today?
no, they're in the final leg of. I was just reading that they're pretty close.
I think Ed's
So-
a Pamunkey.
Hey, with the Pamunkeys.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard it before.
So it's coming. Be ready for the Pamunkeys. Also,
Man, that's a good sandwich.
it was too. We didn't get a chance to eat them. You know, I can make me a sandwich all day long, and it doesn't taste like that.
No.
My wife makes a sandwich, and I'm like, man, this is a good sandwich.
Yeah.
And it makes it seem like I'm really pathetic when I ask her, can you make me a sandwich? Because it tastes better when she makes it.
I'll bet.
Must be the way she kind of folds the meat, and you're with me, right, Kenny? That was even.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That was better than the sandwich we had from UNO today, huh?
Yeah,
It was.
much better.
More meat, and just anyway, because it's made with love.
So you got no love.
I don't.
You diminished love.
No.
Right.
Is there anything on the national horizon you want to talk about? Shoney?
Yeah.
Talk about Shoney?
Talk about Shoney. I have no idea what it is. Start it up.
National- She was like the national player of the week last week
Really?
for Louisville.
Okay.
It's gonna be Shoney Schimmel sister March Madness pretty soon.
Yeah, it is.
So just gearing up for that. But she's dominating the courts again. Last year we had there's all kinds of Schimmel parties.
There
weren't
were, yeah. We were supposed to have one, but Cindy ruined it. She was the Grinch that stole our Schimmel party.
Said we couldn't go meet somewhere. Were they gonna kick us out? I doubt it.
I doubt it. They
I
would
don't know.
not.
Cindy was-
They would not.
Said we couldn't do it.
She's
They're gonna
scared.
throw us out.
She's a colonized Indian. She's been
Yeah.
harangued into.
Know who else I want to give a national shout out to?
Actually, we're all colonized.
Oh,
Speak for,
Cassie, we're all
trying to put us all in there.
All colonized.
Oh, this is for later. We're gonna do
That's for, yeah,
when we do Knuckleheads of the Week.
right.
We're doing the good things right now. Diane Humatua, you ever heard of her?
No.
Oh,
She'll be the first Native woman to be confirmed
and state
as a
Supreme-
federal district court judge.
Woo!
Don't get too excited because the chance you might go up. Not guilty, Your Honor.
Don't be looking at me.
I'm just saying. There is that possibility, but she's going to be down in Arizona, so you
Okay.
make sure you act right when you go down there. No, but I think that's a fairly significant. But the thing about her, everybody's like, and I don't want to be political, but I guess I'm going to be. Like, I'm nominated for. She is a bipartisan nomination because she actually was the first Native woman to be nominated and appointed to be a U.S. attorney. You know, like the big law, and she was that happened under President Bush. So she's been put into important positions by presidents of both parties.
Worry about parties. All our legislators and judges.
Well, see, that's why I think this is significant. I don't believe this is a partisan appointment because she's been appointed to important positions by presidents of both parties. So, and that's a pretty big accomplishment.
It is.
So I throw that out there. Is that our Indian of the week? Is it Diane or Shoni?
Well,
Indian of the week.
Diane.
Our new segment.
Diane.
Oh, Indian of the
Diane,
week. Shoni
yeah.
or Diane?
Thing, we have excellent Native American athletes. We have a
Get
lot-
up here and talk.
We have
Yeah.
a lot of
The
really good
heck?
Native American athletes. What we don't
Nobody can
have
hear you.
is a lot of Native Americans in politics,
Right.
in positions up high. I think it's great.
You can stick around.
Yeah,
Shoni.
scooch in.
Gonna finish my sandwich, but all right.
Oh, go ahead if you want.
Let poor Eric eat. I was
Yeah.
awful close to you
go
anyway. You know
finish
that.
your sandwich,
you know
man.
that gives me creepy feelings.
Or you can stay.
If it creeps out Cindy, I'm all for
That's,
it.
that's worth it just for
I have no problem being near him.
So our Indian of the week, hey, we should do that. Our
Indian of the week.
Indian of the week, honorable Indian of the week.
What's the
Honorable.
criteria?
Doing
You have to do
good.
something for
Oh.
the.
A positive impact in the country
So I'm probably never gonna make it.
You know what?
or in Omaha
There you go. All right.
or in UNO.
You know what? You are an amazing mentor to some of the younger students, and I would like to give you a shout out for that. A lot of these kids don't have good male role models, and you're there. You listen to these kids, and you're cool, you're laid back, and nothing ever upsets you. So I honor you.
You don't get the prize, but that goes
No
to
Diane.
Diane.
You
don't
no
get
Diane, but
You don't get the $2.50
Yeah.
associated with that win.
So a new segment,
New segment.
honorable Indian
right.
of the week.
Yes.
The,
Like
doing
it.
something positive for
Yes.
in just say
Community.
just in the native.
We're
in the
Indians
community
though,
in
so you know
general.
that's hard for us.
I know. So rather than talk down about somebody, which we're really good at most of the time.
Our own people aren't even listening to us.
I know, our
Kenny's
student audience
eating, the
is-
ladies are chatty.
let them do
know.
what they do.
Your hair looks
So
purple.
can you hear them over there? And because they're still not stopping. They're just.
You two are like, look
no
at me,
way.
look at me. Look
Now, this is our show.
time. Come on.
Look at them. They don't even care.
Okay, well they can't hear him. But we can.
Ed's mad Monica's not hanging on his every word.
You feel the same way about Cassie. Don't lie.
Cassie, you listen to me when I'm talking.
So
Monica, would you
guys-
listen to Ed
guys
when he's
know who
talking? He
our
doesn't like it when
honored
you
Indian
don't.
of the week is. They can't even name the name.
That's because they're both over 50.
You gotta say her last name.
Oh, not your girlfriend. She's 29. I couldn't even say her last name.
He said it wrong. But anyway, it's a good effort. That hopefully there was positive things. She's in her confirmation hearing this week, and they fully expect her to be confirmed and appointed to the federal court bench. She's a great example to all of.
Navajo lady?
No, I think she's what is it? One in Pueblos, I think. You know, they have the really long, hard names to pronounce. It's one of those tribes. And if we looked, we'd probably find out. But
Wouldn't it be nice if we had someone come out? Well, Kit, we did. We had Kit come out of the plains. I'm trying to think of who came out of the plains. Ben Nighthorse Campbell.
Colorado, he's Cheyenne and Arapaho, right?
Yep.
Uh,
He was very instrumental
Oh,
in
you
the
know who-
trial
you know
to
who
get the
else?
Ponca reinstated.
You know who else got some big award? But he always gets big award. Billy Mills.
Yeah.
He's
Billy,
planes.
Billy got some big sports award about
Yeah,
2
that's
weeks
right.
ago.
I saw
Last
that.
week. So he gets an honorable mention.
She's hoping.
Hopi.
She's
Okay, Hopi. But but Billy, he gets the press. You know, he's always. So I think Diane deserves it this week.
I agree. I agree.
Oh, our studio audience is nodding their heads. All right, I think
They're listening
Big
now.
Diane. Maybe we could get.
Skype. You know what? You call somebody from a native, first of all, how many Native American radio shows do you think there are?
Kenny, can we Skype
Yeah,
with
we
her?
tried.
We just had this conversation with Kenny not like 3 minutes ago.
But I wasn't listening to you. Well, I'm going to send her an email. See if
She'll Skype with
see if
us.
she'll Skype
Wouldn't it
with
be,
us.
Shaskay would Skype with us, the Thompsons would Skype with us? We know peeps.
We know people.
Brother Gary'd probably be on weekly.
Brother Gary would, yeah.
I'll wear my
uh,
lipstick.
But that's
Yeah, but when we Skype, you can only hear it through the.
I'll
headset.
use those, but I don't look pretty in the earphones.
so.
I'm just saying.
Your point?
Brother Gary likes me when I have a lot of little makeup, I'm a little prettier. I have to have my hair loose and flowy.
Brother Gary. And you like him in his shorts, huh?
I do. Give me some of that big Canadian Indian man.
All right. So we'll probably ask for our Indian of the week. That's a good segment, isn't
I
it?
That is a
like
good
it.
segment.
I agreed with you the first 27 times you said it. I'm just sitting back letting
Okay.
you talk. I promised.
Brenda Conley.
I promised.
And I bet our critics
Hey,
will approve.
Brenda Conway, how you doing? Brenda Conway is my cohort up on we're doing our Challenge Our Youth to Succeed. I would like to put in a plug for that. We do a lot of really good work with the kids in Walt Hill and Winnebago. We meet with them twice a month and we work on college preparedness. And I'll tell you what, Brenda Conway will go the extra mile for these kids. She'll drive them in so we can work on scholarship letters. She brought 2 young men down to school. She gives them continuity and permanence, and the kids really appreciate it. It's a great program. Thanks for listening, Brenda. Your turn.
Number 3, our third listener.
I'm happy.
Okay.
What did I tell you about that?
I didn't say I was going to abide by it. You just told me.
Do you want the underarm pinch?
Oh, no,
I'll do it.
no, don't hurt me.
I'll
don't
do
hurt
it.
me.
Is it time to go right into our
Shall we do the
Hall
knucklehead
of
of the week?
Wall of Shame?
It's the I thought we had knucklehead of the week.
Is it, or is it Wall of Shame?
It's knucklehead.
When did you
Knucklehead.
change? When did it change?
It's been knucklehead.
See, it's been knucklehead. When did you forget?
I,
See, Cassie's the judge.
you know
She's
what?
our paradigm of sanity over there.
Last night I was sitting watching TV and I thought, gosh, I haven't talked to Cassie for a while. I wonder if she's okay. So I texted her, I haven't seen you forever. How you doing? She said, I saw you yesterday. Oh, yeah. Oops.
This is a bit dated,
Thank you, Larry.
but
We don't care.
we don't care because we didn't talk about it when we
Kenny,
were
can you
on.
hold this up to the screen so people know what we're talking about?
Okay. This was a T-shirt that was printed after Florida State won a national championship.
I hate Florida teams.
I hate Florida State too.
My dad,
yeah, there
my
you go.
dad hated Oklahoma and Florida.
It was a
Big time.
T-shirt that says what Scalp'em for Florida State,
Here it comes to our listeners.
and you know you know that was going to happen.
Scalp'em,
Yeah.
national champions.
So who printed those?
You know, look at with the arrow and it looks like a counting coup club.
What did I say was that for this?
A tomahawk.
Something men?
It's a tomahawk and an arrow.
Oh, Cassie, you're right. It's from some weird group of men.
Something men.
You know what? I'm going to include Florida State on this. anyway.
RowdyGentleman.com.
Gentlemen.
So all natives out there, please share your thoughts with RowdyGentleman.com.
I think Florida State already told them to take it down, but still Florida. You know,
Oh, it was up
you have
today.
to-
Cassie got it.
No, it wasn't,
No.
well, that was up, but I went to check the website to see if I could find that shirt, and I think they finally took it down.
Florida State told them to take it down because they said they were gonna sue them or something.
Good.
But Florida State is responsible for this. But knuckleheads of the week. Excuse me. So the question now becomes, do they unseat last week's knucklehead of the week?
Remind me, refresh me, who was last week?
The Michigan politician that said a fence around Detroit.
No,
and make
he
it into
still
river.
is ahead for me. He said, put a fence around it and throw blankets and corn in. Really?
And put all the Indians in there.
Yep. Yeah,
You didn't hear that?
No,
that's what he
Oh,
thought they ought to
man.
do with Detroit.
really.
Build a big fence around it and put all the Indians in it and then throw in the blankets and corn.
You know,
From
it-
Michigan or from in the nation?
Michigan.
Michigan.
there'd be some rationale to that if it were just Lakotas. But since he said all of them,
Are you going to let him talk about your people like that?
Oh, suddenly you're out?
I see. and
oh,
I
I'm sorry,
get, and I
Lakotas.
get, good, Chrissy Channel. I hope you're listening. Get your dad on.
But you know what? We
See,
burned-
you
we
can
burned
make
an
fun of
hour.
the Lakota and we laugh. I don't dare make fun of the Omaha because when I get home, I'll have 15 emails. We Lakota have a good sense of humor about ourselves. We can laugh. Although, yeah, we can. We have a
You
good
know-
sense of
you know,
humor.
we're
We're perfect
kinda-
in every way.
Yeah,
We're the
kinda
prettiest.
sensitive.
We're the
I can see it.
prettiest. Well, and the Cheyenne,
Closely followed by.
closely followed by Cheyenne.
Well, do we have anything else?
No. And it's 4
I'm good.
o'clock. Hey,
Didn't
we are
stick
doing
to the
it.
hour?
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we-
The next show, when we do have the Res Squatcher, we will extend our show until everybody has had the
I'm
opportunity
thinking
to
of
ask
giving
whatever
him
question.
at least an hour. And then if you wanna send in your Sasquatch Bigfoot stories, you can
Please do.
you can start posting those on our Native Honor Hours Facebook page, and we can
Like
ask,
us on Facebook.
and we can ask Barry about those, and he can talk about his experiences and face all his doubters. Can
I
he?
just would like to see. I'm not going to say a word. You and the. I might even just sit over there and watch. You and Sask. You can talk.
No, you stick around.
Because what if I say, "Do you have any proof, sir?"
Well, I'll tell him he'll be among skeptics.
Okay.
It's not like he hasn't been among skeptics.
You know, and I don't understand why I'm a skeptic. Little people and Bigfoot are not that far of a.
Yeah, I know.
of a
Look at look at your own past. Come on. I don't know why she would doubt, Kenny.
Well, thank you all for listening. We will see you next Thursday, 3 o'clock. Put it on your calendar. We'll be here.
Hopefully, Res Squatching will be here.
Hopefully. If not, we'll have Ed dress up as Sasquatch and run across the room.
And hopefully you'll be here, Cindy.
Hopefully. Cassie,
And we'll
don't
mess
let him
with
tell
them.
people I'm
We'll
in
mess with
jail if
Sasquatch.
I'm at jury duty.
You know,
Would you just, because my family will come unglued and I'll be in court, so I won't be able to come home and have Sarah
maybe I won't shave for 2 days in honor of Res Squatching.
let your hair grow.
Yeah, and everybody will be asking, I thought you didn't shave. Where's the...
If you're
Well-
like my sons, you can grow like 3 or 4 hairs in different places on your face.
You know what's really pathetic is the Indian guys that try to grow the stuff and just really can't.
Yeah, it's not pretty. Or
Indian
those little
guys-
mustaches that just don't do it.
Don't
Don't.
even try.
Don't. You're not pretty.
It's
Don't
not.
listen to them.
Don't.
Do what
Unless
you
you
like.
got some, unless you have some like Mexican blood or that Scandinavian
Unless you
blood
come
that
from a
just,
hairy people.
Yeah, it's just
Just do
just
what you
doesn't
like.
work.
Plus, do many people have mustaches anymore?
Look at Kenny over here.
Alone, without a beard, just a mustache. Do people still do that? You did? I don't
All through
remember.
high school. No, not college.
You could grow facial hair in high school?
Mustache.
Puberty fairy visited you?
No, it was one of those little,
Oh my God.
Did the girls
I'm
out
thinking
there
not.
like it?
No.
I'm thinking not, Kenny.
On
Based
that
on what you
note,
have now, I don't know. I'd have to call call foul on that one.
On that note, folks, again, thank you very much for listening.
What's
I
that?
got pictures.
Do you? Oh, we're gonna have to see
You
a
know what?
picture.
I'd like, Monica, will you bring in a picture of Ed with the braid?
Don't have it. All right. Well, we'll see you next week, and hopefully, rest squatching.
Deuces.
Deuces.